Hey, what's up, you lovely human beings out there? How you doing? Leave a comment below. Let me know how is your day going so far. Mine, pretty good. I got coffee right here. I'm kind of glowing of sweat because it's warm again, which is a blessing. Let's continue. We got to talk about fake. We got to talk about the recap. This is a weekly recap of the things that we've learned so far. They came out in the JDAH realm so far. So, this is a picture actually of AH. It's not what you think, you know, even though it looks like something that could be like, haha. But in fact, it's her being on Zombieland. And by the way, I actually had no idea that she was in it, and I liked the movie. Such a good actress that disappeared in the role to the extent that nobody noticed she was there in the first place. Okay? But anyway, the footage here of being applied makeup on is interesting because it could connect to something else. But anyway, about fake, like this makeup, we got to talk about other things, which is also this, right? We reported on this, but before we go, actually, spoiler, wait, it's not so spoiler, all right? I'm advertising myself. Nobody's paying me, but I'll do it anyway. Just want to share with you guys my book. It's on sale for $174 if you like actually dark fantasy, horror, dark fantasy, paranormal, and urban fantasy. You're welcome. And also, I think maybe with 10, 20 books, maybe we can get this to 1,000 dark fantasy horror. Let's reach the milestone. Let's see if we can start a new trend for this book. Anyway, only if you want to. Now let's go back to the facts. Well, matter of fact, the non-facts. This recap is also important because we have to talk about the possibilities of fakes. You know, like this article, it's been going around now almost all week, and I've reported on it. Supposedly it's AH and Eve, the girlfriend, which they're having an altercation in Israel in some type of hotel. This is a screenshot from the camera. Security was alerted, even some people in the hotel seem to be aware of it, but the truth is that this article is nowhere to be found. Nowhere. I've looked. To this moment, there is nothing out there. Nada. Okay? There was a sound of frustration. Nothing out there. So, then, you know, don't bother for the moment. Until I'm proved wrong, this is BS. This is fake. So that's it. I don't know why people do this. So might tie with another things we're going to talk in a second. But we got to be careful because we don't know the intent of these people. You know, whoever is behind this, maybe they want to make us look stupid because they're like, haha, you see, they're reporting on BS. We did that. Even though, honestly, if they did that, will only put more fuel on the fire because to me it would be straight away meaning that they're really busy by you know, changing the narrative. Most likely they are, and we will see also somewhere in some other places why. And I also saw Andy Signore, or Signore, because I think in English you say Signore. Signore means sir in Italian, which is his surname. So Andy Signore posted a video with a graph, I think. I didn't watch the video, I just saw a few screenshots with the article. There was a study apparently that showed that people that support AH, most of them didn't watch the trial. And the people in the back stood up and said, duh, not surprised. We're not surprised if that's the case, even though I don't know who did this study, but I found that to be kind of amusing. And also in connection with this, because this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with people like, bless her heart, Lillian here, telling us the other way around of what is true, which is Amber H has more of her exes supporting her than Johnny Depp does. Also, Kate Moss and Vanessa Paradis, who supported Depp, have talked about him being a V person. I say V because otherwise demonetized. Winona Ryder has mentioned his V too, and she has backed out of supporting him. So, awkward pose, right? I mean, do I have to say anything here? We know. We know actually that the opposite is true. But you have this type of people, and for whoever else hasn't bothered, maybe some like teenage girl or boy, whatever, or some people which they don't use very well their brain, might read this and go like, you see, I was right. So anyway, we got this total BS. But the most interesting part, of course, is this exchange between allegedly Jessica Reed Krause and this Jacob guy or whoever this is. And again, it's interesting, but also with this we have to be careful. This is basically what it appears to be the Instagram stories of Housing Habit, Jessica Reed Krause. She has like 1 million plus followers, so that's a huge page. And honestly, I'm looking forward for her to come forth and say like, hey, this is true, or this is just some fool which screenshotted this and is try again to play us for fool because we react on it. And you know how it is. Sometimes you, in the eagerness to react on this quickly, you know, they might fool us. But that's why we're here talking about this, rectifying. We have to make sure, right? So we'll see if Jessica comes forward and confirms this. But what it appears to be is, again, I said this in another video, this is Jessica saying that those threats that she received, and this is another exchange with the same person apparently, and she called the police and reported on them. So if all of this is true, soon we should see even maybe like I don't know if you actually share a police report, but anyway, at least we can have some confirmation from Jessica. So, and again, this is a long exchange. We have talked about it, but this is of course the juicy part, which is this guy apologizing to her for the threat he made or she made previously to her, but he's also confirming that with the unsealed document, they tried to take a chance between making fake accounts, using bots, and those stands, including this Camilla and Christiana White and Shane Combs, to try to rewrite the narrative and confuse people. And of course, they're also admitting that the pictures of AH about the bruises were fake. And that's why I showed you a picture of the zombie line. We connect that in a moment. So this part here, admitting to fake pictures, that Camilla, the infamous Twitter user, and Shane Combs and Christiana White are one and the same person. Bang! And Kat Tamberge knows this. This Kat Tamberge is a journalist, supposedly, which is on the side of AH, and is also trying to spread misinformation. So much so that actually, despite the fact that we don't know if this is true or not, this exchange, they are reacting on it. So they are aware of it, and they're reacting on it, which makes me even more suspicious, right? So that's why I'm here like, hey, we got to be careful here, and we got to report on this, but we also have to wait for Jessica to come forth. So we'll see. Jessica usually takes her time. Maybe she's working on another piece on her Housing Habit page for putting together the story. I don't know. I hope so. I really do hope so, because like this, on one end, this could be a huge bombshell, right? Absolutely huge, all of this. And on the other end, if not, there is some dude or whatever that it's manipulating this, putting out their fake stuff, photoshopped, screenshotted craziness, just to put more confusion and chaos out there. And that's what we don't want. And maybe also they're really trying hard, perhaps, to find us at fault. That's why we have to be careful. Anyway, people, like connecting with this are alleging, you see, AH was exposed, let's say, to fake makeup, Perhaps that kind of awareness in that time, that place in time, served her later on, where maybe she got the idea from that experience in life, where maybe she went through makeup for several hours, maybe several days, and she got the idea like, oh, look, that actually looked very realistic. Maybe I can do the same with a little bit of magic, and a little bit of photo editing. Maybe, I'm just saying, this is an allegation. So Of course, this is all super speculation, but again, ideas they come from exposures to experiences. So I wouldn't find that to be absolutely uh, impossible. But anyway, this is the people we're dealing with, supporters which they just straight out bypass facts, evidence, and truth for the sake of I don't know what they have in mind. And the only reason I can think of it is that some of these people actually probably share same traits with the person that they are defending. That's the only explanation I can give it, because to me it doesn't make sense that you try so hard to justify somebody that seem with time passing more and more the truth is coming out depicting this person for what she is. So but anyway, we'll wait. So don't forget, this is fake, and let me know your thoughts on this. And again, don't forget the book. I mean, if you want to have an easy read, it's all here. It's a great way to support the page if you want to, of course. And it's also a funny way to see if we can alter this number in a positive manner. How about that? Guys, always spread love. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll keep you posted. Ciao.